warm up.
Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Iris. I'm a youth worker and I work doing workshops with youth on mental health. And that's the topic of tonight, I think. So stay tuned. I'm going to be dropping in and out of the show. So stay with us.
Yes, y'all. Welcome to the latest episode of Breakdown to Lowdown. Nikki and Clarence, we're in the building.
Yo, what up?
Listen, gotta get to where the money resides another week, so we here. In my head, though, just so y'all know, in my head, if I think I'm gonna need a break soon, maybe like a week. Just you know.
You always need a break.
Whoa. You see, do you guys see the shade that like
No shade.
It's
She's
not
a hard
even
worker, folks. She's a hard worker.
it's not even a warranted shade. Like it was like, wow, that's casual. He's talking about he's not
Hey,
the
man,
the king of shade. All right.
I didn't throw no shades, man. You're a hard worker.
No, I always need a break. You know, it's fine. It's all good.
Yeah, you're on your feelings.
I mean, I am in my feelings. Y'all seen that meme, that Jordan from the special, and I took it personally. That's exactly what Clarence just incited in me. But anyways, y'all are here, so thank you. Welcome back. If you're not already, you really should be following us on social media. On Instagram, we are at Breakdown to Lowdown. On Twitter, we are at real_B2L. And on Facebook, just search Breakdown to Lowdown. All those with the number 2, not the word 2. As you heard at the top of the show, we got Iris in the building. Excited to talk to her a little bit later on. Mm-hmm. She's so fun. I'm sure you guys are gonna love our conversation. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna be getting onto all the mental health goodness that comes with this pandemic. So you're definitely gonna want to hear. What?
We need some of that too, man. We need some we need some way to change our mind and shit, man. That COVID, the whole COVID pandemic shit got me tripping.
It's serious.
I'm tired of that curfew. They just announced that they're gonna push that shit back all the way after February 8th. It's still gonna go down for another month.
What?
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah, he about to announce it tomorrow. If it's not today, I don't remember. But hey.
Oh God. Okay. Well, that's depressing.
Well, they lifting restriction in certain areas, but Montreal, it's a dub. Like it's about to stay just like it is.
Oh God, I'm tired. I'm over it. But all right. So, by the way, if y'all, we about to read some of y'all comments though from last week. If you want to comment, give us your personal experiences or thoughts on something that we discussed on the show, don't forget, you can hit us up breakdowntolowdown@gmail.com. That's breakdown, the number 2, lowdown@gmail.com. So make sure you hit us up and tell a friend to tell a friend. Share, rate us.
Don't be selfish.
Don't play yourself, yo.
Homework, like Nicky said, man. Rate us, make us win. If you're winning, you're winning.
That's right. We're gonna take y'all with us, because y'all was the OGs. Also, if you listen, share it with 5 friends and tell those 5 friends to share it with 5 friends, because that's how we grow. You know what I mean? That's how we win out here in these streets.
Yeah, he's talking like them pyramid scheme and shit.
It is a pyramid scheme. It's a pyramid scheme of dopeness. Okay. Let's get into some of your comments here. Patricia, yo. Patricia was really lit, She says, yes. Loved the cover for last week. You guys are hilarious. Let me tell y'all, Michelle Obama came to eat. That's in all capitals, by the way. And she left no crumbs. What an inspiration. It really makes you realize how Melania wasn't shit. Like, good riddance to them. And all of those people posting the Bernie meme, was y'all gonna vote for him or not? LOL. Well,
man, touche. She got her point. But anyway,
thanks, Patricia. You're right.
Patricia.
I like the name Patricia, and shout out to you for listening. Yeah, I mean, Michelle ate. Like, there was really nothing else left on the plate for her to eat. It was a slay, an effortless slay. I think back at that moment and just how prepared she was. Shout out to her hairstylist. I had the name saved somewhere, but I couldn't find it, because that hairstylist deserves like an Emmy, because those curls were bountiful. Like, it was just head to toe. It was great. Like, if you can slay with a mask on in this time, it's an inspiration. So I was happy to see that. And yeah, I mean, who even remembers any Melania look? Like, I don't even barely know what the woman sounds like, to be honest with y'all.
Yeah, she don't give a fuck. Yeah,
Like,
just the look on her face. She's like, yo, man, I'm chilling, man. Yo, after these 4 years, I'm out.
she was like, I'm just here so I don't get fined, basically, the whole time.
Can't be mad at
Um,
that. She ain't got no time.
I'm still trying to figure out like how that happened of her and Trump. Like it still doesn't. I know they're saying like the whole rumor is she's a mail order bride, like he pays her, but I'm like, but okay, all right, sure.
Yeah, the bread, money talk.
I guess. Anyways, he's very ugly. Like there's nothing attractive about that man. Anyways,
Yeah,
Brandon,
money
let's see
talk.
what's up with Brandon, man.
What's good with Brandon?
Brandon says, "What's up, y'all? Big fan so far. The track from Tiana Major 9 hit me in my chest."
Oh,
Hello.
okay.
uh,
Say it with your chest.
with his whole chest. He says, "But I just want to talk to our Black Queen Issa. Collectively, from the Black delegation, we are not ready for Insecure to end unless you are going to find a way to redeem the innocent King Lawrence, because I do not understand how the writers allowed that good black man to impregnate someone other than Issa. If y'all gonna wrap this up in 8 to 10 episodes, then make it count, because my girl already saying he gonna fuck it up. She has no faith in him or the Lawrence Hive. Sincerely, a concerned and disgruntled fan."
Yeah. You can see the emotional involvement in Insecure. God damn. All right.
Man,
All
Brandon,
right, Brandon.
you mad. Like, I get it. Like, also your girl don't have no faith in Lawrence. First of all, no woman has faith in Lawrence. um so, so I don't understand how men gravitated to Lawrence so much that there was a Lawrence hive formed. I never understood why. I think it's obviously just because Issa cheated or whatever. And okay, sorry, this is spoilers, but if you haven't watched Insecure by now, I don't know what to tell you. Um,
You probably lost in the sauce, but anyway.
exactly, lost in the sauce, as
Yeah,
Clarence loves to say.
must be sleeping under a rock or
A whole
whatever.
rock, a whole rock. But yeah, like I mean, I I was last week, as you guys heard, I was not happy with the fact that Insecure was ending, and Clarence was like, "It's cool, like it's good, it could wrap up." I was like, I don't know, I feel like there's more story, but as I thought about it, and I really thought about what Clarence said, I was like, it can wrap up. They can do this well. If they do it well, I'm not gonna be mad at it ending in 5 seasons. But there's a one, they have to give me at least 10 episodes. It can't be an 8 episode season. Um,
I'm
and
not
they
the only one that, because I was talking that with one of my homie the other day. He was like, nah, man, I love season when there's like 15, 16 episodes. I'm like, nah, man, I like my shit short.
no,
Because
yeah,
the
you're
thing
the
is,
only
like,
one.
sometimes, actually, now you will be surprised. There's a lot of people. It's like, for example, you see that show Lupin.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what, five, 6 episodes, something like that. Like
Five, only five.
it's five. Five is
Yeah.
a little bit too short. Probably 8, but like if there's at least 8 or 9, like at least I'm good. But because sometimes when that shit is too long, like I'm gonna lose interest because it's gonna be like, okay, I just watch it. I'm tired of it. Like I watch like 4, 5, 6 episodes. Like let me wait for a couple weeks. But after a couple weeks, I'm onto some other shit, and then I'll be like, oh man, I gotta go back to that.
See, that's coming from a non-binge watcher. You don't sound like you're a binge watcher connoisseur. You
Nah,
don't sound like you binge watch for a living, which is what I do around here. Circa 1995 out here, been binge watching.
oh man, nah.
I need I need the series to have about 20 episodes each season or something. Like that's my shit. I like that. Like when it's short, I'm like, yo, excuse me, I'm just getting into the story. What the hell?
I
Like
don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting too old and like, yo, by the time that I watch, like, I'm at like 25 minutes on the episode, I'm falling asleep and shit. I need my shit light.
oh
Like,
yeah, you're old. Listen,
like,
different
look,
strokes for
man.
different folks, man.
Look, man. I've been having long days. I'm trying to relax and shit. Like, yo, man, make that shit real quick, man. Give me like 2, 3, 4, 30 minutes episode. I'm straight. Like when it's like a 45-minute hour show, I'm like, dang, God, I gotta fully concentrate and shit. Like, nah, man, that shit way too much.
Wow, we're literally the exact opposite on that because I love that.
Anyway, that's
Um,
me. Man.
I mean, that's clearance for y'all. Thank you, Brandon, for your comment. Shout out to you. I I thought your whole comment was funny because it just the energy that you had in it. It just I can
Mhm.
picture you writing that, and it was funny to me. So thank you for giving me a giggle. And now let's go into the breakdown because we got
All
a lot to get
right,
into.
let's get it.
The breakdown, 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 breakdown.
Welcome to the breakdown. I'll go first for once, and I'm really first because Nikki be playing game all the time. But all right. So
Yo,
my first
okay.
pick today, my first pick today, is actually for an up and coming artist. Hopefully, she's doing her thing because she sounds really dope. Her name is Tonija Monet. The song is called Half Crazy. Let's get it.
You think we need a new start? I think we need time apart. This shit is critical, real hypocritical. I seen this shit in the stars. Why you watching what I do? Don't try to hide you. You know I'll find you. One that I knew before, one that I do this for. You making me wanna fight you. We like two peas, but I say it loosely. Cause of how you do me. Just don't try to use me. Ain't no need for contemplating. I'ma be a lady. You cannot replace me, no. No, I'm the one for you. And maybe you're the one for me. Sometimes I feel I'm stuck with you. Other times I feel I'm done with you. I know something's wrong, but I can't leave you alone. This is something I can't undo. Now my mind's half crazy. I got a confession. I'm teaching you a lesson. I'm only getting better. We ain't been connecting. We was better off separate. I only do the shit you let me. You know I got a lot on my plate. We chose an unfortunate.
All right, that was Tonija Monet, Half Crazy. Man, yo, that track for me, right off the bat, it caught my attention because of the sample.
Mm.
Classic track from Music Soul Child, Half Crazy. Man, the instrumental is dope. I like the modern twist to it, and the vocals, man, from that girl. She's like I said, she's an up and coming artist. She's doing her thing. She released that single the end of last year.
Mm-hmm.
She's from Connecticut. No, she's doing her
Do you
thing,
know her
man.
personally?
I don't know her personally. I
Okay.
got the track because my cousin produced it. Shout out to producer Scoops. He told me that he was working with that dope chick and the vocals are nice and everything. So I'm like, all right, I was hyped. So when he sent me that track, I was like, yeah, makes sense. So nah, man, the vocals, man, I like the way she sounds on that track, man. Like the lyrics. If you pay attention to the lyric, like it feels the urgency. Like you feel like she trying to like fall in love. She try to convince that other half, like yo, we a match in heaven, and everything. And I like it. It sounds like that traditional R&B, but with that modern twist, like I said, because of the instrumental. To be honest, uh, man, whatever she got going on, I can't wait for her next single. To be honest, I'm hype on
Mm.
it.
Well, Tiana is her name. No, Tonija. My bad.
Tonija Monet.
My bad. Well, obviously love the sample, love the bouncy guitar strings on here. I asked you if you knew her personally because I mean, there was one comment I might make that is not that nice, but I don't think it's mean. It's my opinion. I think that the beat and the song structure are more interesting than the singer. I just how do I say this? Like I didn't get any like I don't know. I didn't feel any spark from her is what I'm saying. But again, maybe I
Yeah,
just need to
the energy behind it.
yeah, yeah.
Alright.
I think I might need to just hear some more from her maybe or maybe listen to the song again. I'm not sure about the lyrics cuz some of it was a little funny to me, but I love the song structure, like the way the song is constructed, the melody, the way she plays around with the speed of it and like
Uh,
just coming into certain uh elements of the song, certain chorus, certain verse elements back and forth. oh, excuse me. I feel like the longer you listen to the song, the more you get a feel for like, oh wow, this structure is fun, it's different.
Mhm.
Like it's not like straightforward. That's what intrigued me about the song, not necessarily the voice though. Mm.
No, and I agree with you, but at the end, to be honest, remember that track last week?
Mm,
From that
what's
dude, Mac Aris or
yeah,
whatever it
yeah,
is.
yeah, 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 yeah.
They're just starting to get their feet wet, so that's why I'm not even worried. So when she gonna reach that point, I don't know because she just started, but when she gonna reach that point, like probably like when she will have that backup and someone to tell her, like a coach or whatever, man, she about to be on point. So I'm not even worried. So for what I heard for first time, that shit is definitely dope for me.
Okay.
So there's place
Yeah,
for improvement, of course, but I'm not even worried to be honest. So for
for
me, it's a
sure.
it's a good impression.
For sure.
So
Definitely a good
yeah,
impression.
so yeah, I agree
I
with you on that. 100%.
Cool, cool, cool. So I'm gonna go on with my first pick this week. Who let's see, who do I want to start with? Well, let's start with Runnin. It's a track. This is oh god. Promise you guys I used to be better prepared. I don't know what year it came out. I think I'm gonna say 2018. I'm just gonna throw a year out there, and then when we come back, I'll confirm if that's the year.
Yeah, you gotta
but
fact check.
I'm gonna fact check that. But Beyonce, Naughty Boy, production with Beyonce and Arrow Benjamin, a very interesting song that I feel like kind of didn't get any attention when it dropped. So we're gonna get into that and come back.
These four lonely walls have changed the way I feel. The way I feel. I'm standing still. And nothing else matters now. You're not here. So where are you? I've been calling you. I'm missing you. Where else can I go? Where else can I go? Chasing you. Chasing you. Memories turn to dust. Please don't bury us. I got you. I got you. Running, 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 running from myself no more. Together we win it all. I ain't running, 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 running from myself no more. I'm ready to face it all. If I lose myself, I lose it all.
I've outrun the fears that chased. They're standing still. I'm running still. I'm running still.
Yes, y'all, that was Naughty Boy with Beyonce and Arrow Benjamin, Runnin'. I was completely off. This is released in 2015, but guys, like I don't
Oh, years
understand
ago.
how I understand how I got this old. You know what I mean? Because there's no way this song came out in 2015. Like it doesn't. It feels like yesterday. Anyways, whatever. I got old. So I love this track though. This is clearly this week it's full of discovery tracks because I was having some trouble finding some picks that I enjoyed. But
But you're
what
not the only one. I feel you're not the only one. I don't know if I don't think it's only you. I felt that myself too because I feel like the recent release is good, but it's like,
yeah, exactly. It's meh.
but
It's just
but
like
that's the thing, and but well, that's a pattern. Every like first quarter, as they call it, or the fourth quarter, there's not as much good release as like the spring release or summer release. So
mhm.
it's just that time of the year, so it's normal.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, it allows me to revisit the crates, and I pulled up this one that I really enjoyed. I feel like the song is really deep. It constantly feels like you're floating, and then it feels like you're running, and it feels like you're falling. It kind of takes you through different levels. If you listen to the song, all the way through. I think Beyonce delivers incredibly somber and poignant vocals, whereas Errol Benjamin kind of brings in the urgency part of it, the like the right now element, and which actually makes you which oh my goodness, I should put my phone on silent, which which actually brings the actual running aspect to it. And that, it's a song that I feel like it touches your soul, along with the huge instrumental production by Naughty Boy. It's like a big electro pop ballad that speaks a lot of truth in the lyrics, like, if I lose myself, I lose it all. I mean, we often try to run away from ourselves, we run away from our potential, we run away from our fears, we run away from our successes. It's reminding you, don't lose yourself while you're running from or you're running to something. When Beyonce starts it off with, these four lonely walls have changed the way I feel, and I'm standing still. Nothing else matters now. You're not here, so where are you? I've been calling you. I've been missing you. And it goes into the where else can I go chasing you. You almost feel like the person immediately gets lost in this like cycle or wherever they're running to. It resonated with me this week. I do feel like I've been running from a lot of things, so
Oh,
that's
really?
I do feel like, yeah, Clarence, sometimes you'll be like, oh, I know what mood you're on this week when I pick a song, and it's not that, but this week,
That's what she
mm,
said.
whatever. What did you think of the song,
Running,
bro?
running, running. What? No, no. You pretty much said everything. The thing that I would add that caught my attention for real is the production. Who produced the track?
Naughty Boy.
Howdy boy. Okay, all right. You actually, I'm not gonna hide anything on whatever folks. Like, Nicky put me on into that song, so I got to know who Naughty Boy was or whatever. But now the production is standing out to me. It feel like it's grandiose.
Mm-hmm.
It feel like it's a whole cinematic thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I felt about the track. And you said it, the urgency. That's what I got from it, and I feel like the production plays a big part of it. Um, Regarding the urgency. No, no, it's dope, man. Like I said, off everywhere cracking jokes. I feel like that would be a uh, fragrance commercial type of
Commercial.
music. Yeah, fragrance, running,
Yeah, I can
fragrance
see
with
that.
Beyonce. That's how I felt. All that type of mall music when you go like on Tuesday morning, when you go at the Bay or Macy's or whatever, like with a bunch of like whole folks trying to shop and shit. That's how I felt about that track. But now it's a but now it's a dope track for real. It's a dope track. It's not something that I would put on my playlist, but nah, it's dope for real. No hate.
Yeah, like I can see that. It's a song, like it's almost a song that, in my opinion, I forget about a lot of the times. But like when I hear it, I'm like, oh, this it's a dope track. You know? Mm. Yeah.
Nah, man, dope pick, dope pick. Can't go
Thank you.
against the Hive. Can't really say something bad about about Beyonce. The Hive will go after you.
I mean, you could, but I wouldn't recommend it. What's your second pick?
Nah, man, I ain't trying to have the DM booming for next week. All right, so my pick, my second pick, is from a Canadian artist,
Mm.
Dominique Fils-Aimé. That's definitely Asian, but Dominique Fils-Aimé. While we hate, let's hear it.
Let's get it.
I know you won't let me down. I can tell by the vibe that's been round our house. I can tell you won't let this go. By the spark in your eye.
was Dominique Fils-Aimé. While we wait, man, yo, that track, man, yo. If you listen to that track and you're not in a good mood after that, man, I can't trust you in life. Like, there's definitely something going on with you. Nah, like, no, it's facts. Like, I remember the first time I heard that track. Like, literally, I was working and I was like, oh, okay, it just got me in the mood, like got me in in good spirit. You know, the vocals, like the ballad, the way the song is, like the vocals, the jazzy vibe to it. I really liked it. I didn't know who she was. I did my research. She's actually from Montreal. I'm Asian. Like I said, you already know. Shout out to
Mm,
myself.
mm-hmm,
But now she took part of The Voice in 2015, the Montreal version,
mm-hmm.
and she actually won a Juno Award for
Shout
jazz.
out.
Yeah, shout out for that, for real. If for people that don't know, the Juno Award is like the equivalent of the Grammy Award for Canadian,
Mm-hmm.
and she won a Juno as a jazz vocalist. So
Okay, I mean, that goes right with my notes on the song.
yeah, so now she's dope, man. To be honest, definitely gonna dig into her whole project. That's the most recent single that she released her last week, but her most recent project was Stay Tuned in 2019, and I'm gonna get into that for real because she gave me a good impression on that track.
Yes, I mean, listen, I listened to this track and I was like, my first thing was yes, in all capitals. I'm like, that is a sound. That is something
Mm-hmm.
that immediately grabs you from jump. Like you can let me get it together. It's definitely a calm, soothing
Appeasing.
jazz voice, yes, appeasing, on a sunny, upbeat a cappella style bop. Like, it's like the snaps and the background, the pure, the only vocal background that she's using. It's very intriguing. It's a very intriguing song. It's not like the others. That's a standout track for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
And it
I
gives
think
you
that.
that old vibe too, like like in the '70s, in the '60s and '70s, that old
Mhm.
jazz. Like, it's dope for real.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. And I think there's an amazing artistic potential for her here. She has the power to do a lot of intricate and complex structures and vocal backgrounds. So I think that it's going to be very interesting to follow this artist a little more because I like artists who are kind of like geeky. You could tell that she's a little nerdy. She plays around in the sense of like she's a music nerd is what I mean. Like
Mhm.
there's stuff that you could probably learn from her. There's like basic things that she could just stand and do without much effort. So
Yeah, it
def
seems effortless, and man, sometimes that's the thing with. Well, I don't want to say such that she's a new artist because, like, from what I'm looking at discography, like she been dropping a lot of music,
hmm
but it feels like she's taking her time with the music, and at the same time, man, you don't necessarily need this big production Mike Will made it type of track or Sean Gary, whatever it is, man. Yo,
hmm
bring it back to the essence, man. That's it.
agreed. Agreed. I fully agree. Um, okay. I think, am I done? No, I have one more pick. My my second pick is from Gallant, man,
Mhm.
the talented young brother that just gets lost in this shuffle of new R&B artists a lot, but nevertheless, he's very talented. He has a
Really?
new song. Oh,
That's how you feel about Gallen? Anyway, we'll
I,
talk after that, though. After that, I don't agree with you.
okay. Well, I mean, he's got a song out. It's called "Come Back." I'm gonna hear it a bit, and then we'll come back.
All right.
So hard, saying my mistakes with you in front of me, at the risk of you judging me. But I'll attempt an apology. Like the planets are indifferent to astrology. I was distant to monogamy, tried to break up the monotony. Oh, babe. Now I know sameness was stability, and I made it, now it's killing me. Swear the ego is the enemy. Oh, yeah. Believe me, I've been rewritten it. Though I used to mince words for the hell of it. I mean these, no embellishment. You can come back. You can come back. There's no better time. I'll leave on the lights. You can come back, baby. You can come back. You can come back. You can come back. There's no better time. I'll leave on the lights. You can come back. I lowered my defenses for the evening. I shouldn't have ever listened to the demons telling me I should get any more than you receive.
I mean, listen, y'all. Clarence out here making it real easy for me. All right, he's just literally throwing alley oops, and I'm just dunking. That's it. Y'all just heard Gallant would come back, and this track. Listen, this is so funny because my first comment here, it feels like a higher IQ Usher. Now, listen to what I'm saying here. I'm not saying Usher is stupid. However, Gallant, from what I've noticed listening to his music for a few years now, is very verbose. In other words, he's very wordy. The lyrics are really they're just like intricate for no reason. They're like long for no reason. And I'm not even I kind of know it sounds like I'm hating. I'm not really hating. Like I like the way the song is written. I just am surprised at how many words he's able to fit in the melody. It actually reminds me of Mariah Carey. If you guys know, Mariah writes a lot of her songs, and if you listen to some of those songs, some of the words, it's like how why is she saying that? Like it's like she looked in the thesaurus like how to say, treasure in a very long and wordy way. And like she kind of
You would be surprised the amount of artists that is doing that. I heard like the Mariah Carey, like I feel what you're saying, but there's a lot of artists. She's not the only one,
Mhm.
and there's some artists actually that they doing a gazillion take in the booth just to make sure that they say the word in the way that
Correctly.
they
Yeah.
feel that is correct.
Yeah.
So
No, yeah, I know other people do that. I just think it's sometimes it sounds like it's like you try hard. And on this song, I'm not gonna lie, some parts of it felt like, okay, well, it, the use of the word monotony,
Monomy.
MONOTONY was like it almost made me laugh out loud when I heard it because it was like it didn't feel like it fit there, and he made it fit. He sang it and it fit in the rhythm and the melody. But I was like, okay, got it. But anyways, that's enough of the lyrics. the the overall song though, I love the beat. It feels new, it feels modern, but it also feels classic. There's very fun things being done with the melody and delivery. The way he goes into the second verse, I love it. I kept replaying that because it's so bouncy, it's so fresh and different from the first part of the song. It's again, like I said, it's interesting how he fits the dense lyrics into his cadence. The overall song is pretty toxic. It feels like a future text. No, it's definitely
Future
like
Tech.
it feels like a future. Like I've seen so many funny ones of that meme where it's like the future looking at his phone and like, hey, so I just saw the Ashanti and Keyshia Verzuz and it reminded me how you used to be putting on Ashanti music and we used to be riding the back. So anyways, you don't have to answer this, but yeah, I just want to check in on you. I was like, that is such toxic nigga behavior. But the whole song, the whole Gallant song, it's like it's basically saying, okay, now I'm good now. So sorry. I was bad with monogamy previously. I really was having trouble admitting my mistakes in front of you. I was bad at apologizing, but now I'm good. You can come back. There's no better time. I'll leave the lights on. You can come back, baby. I was like, this doesn't sound appealing. Why would I want to? You literally said how much you sucked. Um,
That's it, man. See, that's the type of music.
he said that's it.
That's it. That's the type of music I fuck with. Man, let me tell you something. If in the music you're feeling Apologetic. Oh man, how can I say that? I'm fucking up the word, guys.
Apologetic.
Yeah, apologetic. Oh, whatever it is, man. Nikki, thank you. Anyways, I'm tired, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And you're making it sound cool, and you can vibe to it, man. That's a win for me.
I mean, it sounds great. The sound does sound great.
The
Like
sound
Gallant
sounds
has
great.
an extraordinary voice filled with a lot of personality. It's a very versatile voice. He can sing a
Yeah,
lot of different
yeah,
things. I like that. I just think the song is toxic.
man. That's that good, bouncy, toxic music. I like it, man.
I
But
like the midway switch up in the middle of the song. It's very early to mid 2000s feeling
yeah,
storytelling, that
that's what I was
Craig
about to
David,
say.
Justin Timberlake type thing. I like that. I like that.
No,
So,
I like the vibe of the early 2000s. Um, and on top of that, because you mentioned Usher,
hmm
I wouldn't say Usher on that one. It gave me some
really?
genuine. Nah, it gave me some genuine vibe.
Okay. I
Trust
was
me.
gonna say something shady, but you know what? Forget it.
Nah, trust me. Go listen to early genuine album. You will understand.
I mean, I know genuine albums. I just gave me an Usher feel in the beginning.
Yeah,
It gave me a lot of listen, Usher and Justin Timberlake with a dash of Craig David.
yeah. But I'm not talking about the vocals. Just like the instrumental.
Oh, you mean the actual
Like,
vibe?
yeah,
Mm.
the vibe of it. Not like the vocals or whatever, but the instrumental. Like I could hear genuine on that. Early 2000 genuine on that would fit.
Okay. All
That's
right.
me though.
I'm not gonna deny that. All right. Well, before we get into our oldies, let's talk to our guests. All right, y'all. So that's all for our picks this week. Before we get into our oldies, we have to get into our guest's pick. Iris is in the building. So happy to have you. How are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
First of all, I love your voice.
Thank you. I love your voice too. I think it's a very soothing voice.
Oh, okay,
That's
okay.
oh, thank you. I mean,
I like the camaraderie and all that. Like,
Your
thank you.
voice sounds
love and
nice too.
giving shout
Okay.
out.
Yeah, he's like, "Where's my compliment?" No, the thing that caught me off guard was I didn't expect her to say that. People often say very strange things about my voice, actually, but because I've been broadcasting for a while, so I just wasn't expecting. I was like, "What?" I thought she was about to say something else. Anyways, so back to the show. We are very curious to know what you picked for us this week, and we're excited to hear as well. So, what do you have?
I chose an artist from Montreal, and honestly, her album came out last January in 2020, but it actually kept me sane during this pandemic. So my pick is the song "Bittersweet" by Naïka Champaïgne.
I wish that I could step into the morning light, the precious time. I wish that I would never speak my truth. It leads to my demise. I wish that I would never see beyond the lust. The soul has bleeding the lights. I wish the time would hold still and stop mocking what I claim mine. No matter how long you wonder how it feels on the Monday night sleep that steals your Sunday's plea. No matter how long you.
All right, so that was Bittersweet by Naïka Champagne, an artist from Montreal that I really, really love. So shout out to you, Naïka, and keep on doing your amazing work.
Why did you choose the song?
Bittersweet. I chose the song because, well, honestly, it did keep me sane during this entire pandemic. Her entire album actually kept me sane. So, and I feel like her album is a safe
That's safe
space for
choice.
me. Yeah.
Mm.
So honestly, like you need to check her out. So yeah, she's great.
I mean, one could say it was soothing.
Yes, one could say that. Yes.
Uh, no, like, oh my god, I love that. That vibe was so nice. Like, first of all, the drums are stellar. I love the instrumentation on this, but her voice is very
Yo, her
transcendent.
voice. I just
Yeah,
can't.
it just makes me
It's
feel like I'm
soulful.
transcending.
Yeah.
Would you say, Clarence?
No, it's soulful. Like it just grab your
Mhm.
attention like right off the bat. Like, nah,
Absolutely.
that's
Like
a
I
dope vibe
don't.
for real.
Yeah, and I don't know how to say that in English, but like in French, it would be velouté. Like
Yeah, velvety.
yeah, velvety. Thank you so much. So yeah, like I feel like her voice is like that. Like I don't know, like it
Yeah.
takes you places. Yeah.
Yeah, it has a texture. The thing about it, like Clarence was saying, he said, it grabs your attention, which is funny because she's not singing loudly. She's very, her cadence is very slow. It's like it's mellow, but the voice definitely commands a sort of attention. Like you hear it, like if you heard this in like a cafe or something, you have to listen at that point.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, I like that. It just made me feel good. I'll be honest with y'all. And like today has been a very anxious day for me. Like, a lot of anxiety, a lot of stuff. And that song kind of like, I don't know. I feel better.
I'm
Yeah,
glad you
it's
do. I'm
easing
glad
and
you
calm
do.
you down.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, listen, I'm not mad at that. I'm gonna have to download that project. What's the name of the project
Mhm.
again?
Her name is Painted Imageries by Naïka Champaïgne.
Painted Images. Beautiful. All right, guys. Y'all better get on that. Yeah, so Iris, first of all, I already know this is gonna be a lit conversation, however y'all want to define lit, we get into all of that mental health grittiness, we're gonna do that on the lowdown. But right now, Clarence and I have to get into our oldies, but we'll talk to you in a bit. You just say yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. I zoned out. Yeah, yeah.
Yo.
Yes, thank you so much to Iris. She's so fun. Like, man, first of all, I love that pic, by the way. So definitely can't wait to talk to her a little bit more on the lowdown. But first, we got to get into our oldies. What you got for
Alright.
us?
My oldie this week. No, yo, 2 seconds. Wow, why I'm having a blank. Hold up.
What is your oldie? Oh, it's
yeah, first
Happy
Happy, yeah.
Surface. Okay, you
Hold
can
up.
go back.
I don't know why I was having a blank. Sorry.
It's
All
all right.
right. So my oldie this week, I went all the way back to 1987. So it's from Surface. Happy. Let's hear it.
I never thought that I'd find someone like you. I feel hypnotized with the things you do. I'll never let you go. No, you're so right for me. I have to let you know. Forever you and me. Only you can make me happy. Happy. Only you can make me happy. Happy. You must be heaven sent into my life, and I compliment you, baby. We have
All right. So that was Happy from Surface. Man, yo, that track came out like I said in 1987. Man, yo, there's not. You know what I like about the old R&B? I like the innocence.
Mm,
Man, that's something that we miss.
I wouldn't
Like even
always
though,
say innocence. I would say the sincerity.
yeah, sincerity and innocence. Like that. I feel that's what is missing right now in music. Sometimes we need a little bit of that. Like, man, just the lyrics. Like you must be heaven sent into my
Mm,
life. I compliment
mm,
you, baby, baby. We have
yes.
a love that's strong and true.
Mm,
It's true in every way. I want to be with you each and every day. Like, man, yo, it's not like some long ass lyrics or wordplay or whatever, like you said with Gallant. Yo, it's straight to the point. Like, that's all we need sometimes. And that track is a track actually that have been sampled a lot, especially in the hip hop world. Man, no, that was my hoodie for this week. And Surface been out there too, man. They've been doing their thing in the 80s and
mhm.
early 90s. OGs in the game. Yeah,
And shout out to Surface. They had a cute little run.
yeah.
This is a classic song when when men really loved one woman and spoke about it, and
Mm,
spoke about their feelings. It was this song. It's so happy. It's so sunny that it's like it almost feels like. And this is okay. This is from what men have told me. A direct reference to Harlem Nights as well
mm,
with Sunshine because she got a pussy like sunshine. After that first time, some men have told me, especially when you're in a new relationship, I've hit that first time,
mm.
you start seeing these rainbows. You start singing like Surface,
It
okay?
depends.
You moonwalking out here in these streets, okay? Sun walking.
It
To
depends.
be, hey, I'm talking about the woman you love, not the one night stand
No,
that you picked up from the club. Okay, I'm
thanks
talking
for the
about
precision.
no, the one that the one that you get
Nah,
little butterflies. Men,
sometimes
listen,
it's
men
like
get butterflies too. They be talking to their boys like, "Yo, man, this one, I don't know. She's different. I don't know, guys. Like, yo,
nah, because trust me, sometimes it's like all this for that. God damn. Anyways, but yo, that's all I got.
okay. Well,
Peace
I'll
out.
just. You're stupid. Wow, wow.
You never
I'm
called
just
me. Oh man, it's not you, it's me.
see.
Oh man,
I was just trying to
nah man,
make it
yo man,
positive, but he
nah man,
had to bring that
yo man,
toxicity.
don't judge, man. Listening, that's the old me, all right. That's the old
All
me.
right, boom.
But
Mm. Anyways, so yes, they were clearly they felt some type of way. It reminds me of
mm, mm,
the sincerity of like as yet when they sang
mm,
last night. They saw the moon, the mountains, the stars. Like, what kind of pussy has you seeing that? Like, what were they? I want to know what they were seeing in the 80s and the 90s because they had the description, the
mm, mm.
descriptive words on lock. You
That
know what
R&B
I?
pussy. 80s,
Listen,
90s R&B pussy. Oh man, trust me.
that must be them Nia Longs out here. They're not making women like that no
Mm,
more, apparently, because they're
Neil
not
Long.
making.
God damn.
Well, listen, they're not making men like that no more either. Somebody said, "What
That's
happened
what
to
she
the?
said.
Why did they close
We out
down
there.
the
We
fact?"
out there.
Somebody said, "Why did they close down the factory that made '90s men?" And I was like, y'all are stupid. But anyways, I want to get into my oldie, so because we got to get into lowdown. My oldie this week comes from listen, legend himself, Bobby Blue Bland, with the song "You've Got to Hurt Before You Heal."
God damn.
Mm, let's get into it.
When you lose the one you love, your heart goes through changes, especially when the sweet memories still hold their thrill. And just when you think the pain is all gone, don't fool yourself, 'cause here's the deal, that's the way love works. You got to hurt before you heal. yes, you have. You gonna cry. Oh, you're gonna cry. And when the tears, they may stop falling. They may stop falling all down your face, but they still fall down your heart. You never know.
Yes, y'all, Bobby Blue. Nope. Yes, y'all, Bobby Blue Bland. You've got to hurt before you heal, and that is a.
Damn, he's right.
I mean, ain't he? It's a hurtful truth, but it's the truth. It's that deep blues soul crooning coming to you from 1989. Both Clarence and I are in the 80s this week. The voice goes to get you. It goes to reach you.
And
You
you feel
could
the emotion.
you feel it like it like I said, like who was one of the listener letters comments this week, it hit you in your chest. That's what I feel about this track. It hits you in your chest, hits you in your soul, right in the heart. You could relate to this, in my opinion, even if you've never been in a relationship, just because the voice emotes that well. It's so
It's not just a relationship thing. I feel it's a
anything, yeah, anything you need
anything
to
in life.
heal.
To be
Yeah.
honest, it's funny. I was having that convo with someone, and literally the person told me like, "Yo, until I don't heal, I will hurt a lot of people around me." And that's the process for a lot of people sometimes. So
Hmm.
nah, man, that track is if it's not 1,000% true, to be
I have
honest.
to I have to say, this song, I could hear well, this is the type of song that the singer has to bring to life.
Mm,
The type of depending on who you are, you're gonna bring a different life to it. I could hear a young Michael Jackson on this. If y'all recall like songs like Who's Loving You, where it's like these deeply adult, soulful, Smokey
mm,
Robinson hit written songs that like a 9, 10-year-old is singing, but because he's been explained the feeling, he's able to portray it on a track. This is like I could hear him doing this type of thing.
mm,
I one of the lyrics that stands out to me, I have to say, is "You're gonna cry, and
mm,
when the tears they may stop falling all down
mm,
your face, but
mm,
they'll still fall down your heart." And I was
mm,
like, "Whoo, what a word!" You could stop showing it externally, but internally, you're still hurting. You're not fully healed. Yeah, yeah,
mm.
that resonates. That
Nah,
resonates.
dope oldie.
Thank you. I think that was a successful breakdown segment this week, but we got to get into the next one. What we doing?
The lowdown.
The lowdown.
Yes, y'all, welcome to the lowdown, second half of the show. Make sure you're following us on all our social media. If you're not, we're at Breakdown to Lowdown on Instagram, at real_B2L on Twitter, and on Facebook, just search Breakdown to Lowdown. All of those are with the number 2 and not the word 2. As y'all have been hearing throughout the show, we do have a very special guest in the building. I'm excited to talk to her because I love her. I feel like she's my soul sister already. We got Iris in the building.
Hey, what's up?
we need to get somebody on the show that Clarence vibes with, because lately the guests have been my besties. Like I'm not even gonna lie. Like
Man, no love. One day,
no,
No love.
All good.
it's hard out here for a pimp. You know what I mean? Yo, first of all, thank you so much for coming on. People like you, we have to respect you guys a lot, because the job that you do is not easy. Because I always wonder, like, does that ever like internalize, with the issues that you hear from other people and from the youth, does it affect you at all?
I mean, whenever you start, I guess that you get affected by it, but whenever you get years like of experience, I mean, I've been working with youth. I started 7 years ago. So at first, it was like difficult to like divide work from personal and keep that stuff with me, you know. But at some point you are able to do, you know, that separation between what you hear at work and the confidences, no, like whatever they tell you, you know. So yeah, I feel like with time it comes, but for sure for someone who's starting in the field, it can be difficult at first. So yeah, that would be my answer for that. I don't know if I was clear, but
no,
yeah.
that's good. That's a good answer. I mean, I want to ask you kind of like how you overcame that, how that even like how you worked on that. But first, you know, for people who are not exactly clear on what it is you do, go ahead and like, you know, speak on it a bit.
Yeah, well, I'm a youth worker at Fondation Jeune en Tête, and what we do is we do workshops on mental health with youth. And since the pandemic, we had to take a turn, like, you know, towards doing it virtually. So right now we are in schools all around Quebec, and we do what we used to do, you know, like that tour on mental health and raising awareness. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I've been there for 3 years. But before that, I was like a youth worker, like in youth houses and stuff like that. So that's what I do. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I was wondering because like you're always at the forefront. Basically, you're doing workshop, you're giving people tip, you listen and everything. But how do you apply what you're saying to the people in general for like in your own life?
Yeah, like that is a really good question. When you work in the field, I feel like sometimes it is true that, you know, you have to, how is it that you say that? Like, do as you preach? Like, how do you say that?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, like, so when you start working in mental health, you realize that you're like, you know, you tell people that there has to be a balance, and you have to move a bit every day, you have to eat healthy and be like balanced and stuff in every area of your life. And then at some point you can realize that in your own personal life you're not that balanced. So you start taking, you know, all of those tips that you give and start applying them. And I feel like that's what I've noticed in the field that I'm in, that whenever you're giving those advices and whenever you are doing an intervention like that, you end up realizing for yourself that you actually need to apply that personally as well. And I feel like that kind of job is also like allows you to do a lot of introspection about yourself and what are your needs. So I feel that that's how you end up actually applying what you say to your own life. I'm not saying that it's easy. I'm not saying you do it all the time 100%, but at least you are aware that you have to do it in order for you to remain balanced and have this equilibrium in life. Yeah. So that would be my answer. Yeah.
So it's like a mirror.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. I guess so. Yeah. It would be like a mirror, and, you know, everybody has good days, bad days. So yeah, the only thing is, and even right now, is just to take one day at a time and just doing the best you can with whatever you have right now, you know? So yeah.
And I feel like at the same time, man, I feel like the key thing that people forget is like just be honest with yourself.
Yes.
Like sometimes I listen to some people like they trying to like give tips to people of like how to handle some situation or like help them go through some stuff, but I'm like, well, I can't really take you seriously. You're full of shit. Or but it's facts. It's facts, and the same people, like you realize they need to realize like, look, like I'm not perfect, so at the end of the day it's good like to help people and all that, but I don't have like to pretend a game or whatever. Like, nah, my life is as much as a mess as yours too, but we all trying to make it. We just need that balance, like you said. So that's it.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. I can agree with that. Yeah.
Now, what is like, I mean, we're talking about all of this stuff and all of this great balance and keeping balance, but we have to admit, like, in the times that we've been living in, it's a little harder. And at least for me, it's a little harder. Like, is that something that you've seen come up a lot in the work that you've been doing lately? Like, people just having trouble staying on the right track, and then how do you get back to that? How do you like have a semblance of a normal life and do the things that you need to do for your self-care with what we're going through?
That is an excellent question, and I feel like I have to answer in many parts. But what people need to understand is that nothing that we are living right now is normal. right? Like nothing is normal right now. We have lost so many how can I say that? Like we've lost so many points of reference, you know, in life, and things that were stable are not stable anymore. So
Mhm.
we've lost that routine, you know, we've lost those things that we were able to do, like go out. We lost um like going to restaurants and gathering with our friends and stuff like that. So right now, the thing that is most important, that is the most important and that people need to understand is that there is no normal and you have to create your new normal kind of thing.
Mhm.
And for a lot of people, it is a struggle to adapt. And also, not everybody has like the same privileges. And don't get me started on privileges. I'm not going to go there. But, you know, so not everybody can actually adapt to
Well,
this.
let's go there. Why can't we go there?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's because not everybody can adapt to the same pace as others because of their privileges. So, what I say to people mostly that come from different backgrounds is to take one day at a time with what they have, you know? And also, like, when you say things about like stay in the present and stay in the moment, it's like, yeah, okay, but maybe right now, like staying in the moment for you means that you lost your job and you don't have an income. So
Right.
it's really about doing the best with what you have. So if right now you lost your income and lost your job, well, how how can you, you know,
How
how
can
can you
how
take
do you
care
stay in the
of
moment? Yeah, how do you self care?
exactly, how do you self-care? So that's when I tell people, like, you cannot judge someone because they are not reacting as well as you to this pandemic, you know, because you do
Mhm.
not know what they like.
That's
Already
true.
already nobody knows what you were going through. So now with the pandemic, it makes it even harder to like not try to judge anyone, or like trying to keep your workout routine, or like trying
Mhm.
to be as productive as at work, you know. So
Mhm.
I feel like every single person right now is doing the best they can, and
Mhm.
there's no advice that fits. Like there's no one size fits all in this pandemic, you know, that can help everyone. But I feel like everyone just needs to take one day at a time.
Ooh,
But you know,
Mhm.
I,
that's a word.
Mhm.
That's a
yeah.
word because I felt that. No, it's not one size fit all.
Oh
Clarence,
yeah, it's
No,
not.
but I was about to say, like, I agree with you, and I think that at the same time, the main thing that we all have in common, like, no matter what the background are, from the left to the right or whatever, like, we all have to adjust. Like,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's adjusting right now, but the thing is,
Mm,
like, it's in a certain way, depending on who you are, like, it's hard.
yo, let,
Like,
can I
it's
say it? I think.
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
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 well,
give
I
it.
was just say I think that like when it comes to adjusting, as you were saying,
Mm-hmm.
it's adjusting is different for everyone because
Mm-hmm.
you. I think the type of adjusting, let's say the type of adjusting I did, I'm going to take myself as an example. The type of adjusting that I did a few months ago was an adjustment with the assumption that it would be temporary. So
Mm-hmm.
it was okay to adjust. I'm like, okay, well, this is just for now. And it wasn't an adjustment that was meant to last this long.
Mhm.
So it's like now that it's lasted this long, I feel like I'm like almost unsure of like what my life was before. Like I'm almost like in this weird.
Yeah, and this weird like in between, like what's happening, what
Yeah,
happened.
yeah, exactly. Like, literally, what happened? Like, I watch movies and I'm confused why people aren't wearing masks. Like, I'm, I'm,
Yeah, same. I can
I'm
so
like,
relate to that. And then I'm like, oh my god, yeah, we used to go to bars. Like, oh wow, that was a
Mm-hmm.
thing, you
I feel
know.
like there's too much
Oh
people in this area. Like,
yeah,
it's not enough
oh
people
my god.
gathering.
I caught myself doing the same thing. I was like, oh my god, they're so close. Like, I was like, what is this?
It's like our brains are like melted into
No,
like
Yeah.
it's
one
crazy.
big
We
COVID
already
pot.
Yeah,
conditioned.
but that shows you that you actually adapted to the context of right now, you know. That shows
Mm,
how like how far you've came from the first time we told you there was a virus and that you had to like stay home, to now, you know. Now this has become the new normal, and for you to think like that, it allows, like, it means that your brain understand that this is
Mm-hmm.
the context for now, you know?
That's kind of scary.
And
Yeah.
day for days, like it's gonna be a year already. Like it took us a
Mhm.
year to like adapt to what's going on right now. So it's
Yeah,
like,
and yeah. Sorry, I
and
cut you off. I didn't want to. Sorry, continue.
no, it's all good. It's all good. But I was about to say like, and it's still about to go on and on and on for at least a good year. Like it's crazy.
Hey,
So now I don't even
why
like
would you say
now.
that?
No, it's no. Come on now. No, like we're not gonna play around. We all know that shit is there to last. Like, like I don't know. I don't know for you because you said that in March you thought it was temporary, but me, yo, the minute I remember I was working. I had a gig and one of the guy that I was working with had a plug and he told me straight up like, look, man, like I just had the inside in 2 days. It's gonna close. Everything shut down. I was like, yeah, right, you're tripping. Yo. When I watched the TV and I heard that shit, I'm like, damn, this dude was right. We fucked. Like literally we fucked for a while. No, it's facts.
Oh man,
Like,
Okay.
I'm on Nicky with that one. Like I thought it was temporary. I was like, okay, everything's gonna go back to normal in 2 weeks
I
because
was like
that's
2 weeks, bro. I get a 2-week vacation.
yeah, because that's what they said, right? They said 2 weeks, and then like, well, nah, bitch. Like this is January 2021. Still here we are.
Oh, we're still here. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm curious about like what do you do personally, like the little things? Because I know it's all in the little things, and
Yeah.
mhm.
what are the little things
what's your
that you do to
guilty
keep?
pleasure?
Yeah. What is keeping you sane? You know, we talked about Bittersweet. Yeah, that's one of the things. Music, clearly. What else?
um I've been reading a lot, so reading keeps me grounded, and I feel like also well, my family. What I do, I also take a lot of walks. It may sound cheesy, but like walking and staying active. Like I'm dancing. I've actually gone back to dancing because I stopped for the longest time, and now I'm like on YouTube all the time, like finding like bachata, kizomba, Afro beats. Like I'm always dancing,
Yes.
you know. So like, and that is giving me. I've noticed that like the weeks that I'm like, let's say super busy at work and I was not working out like before, like let's say in November, and November was a big month. So like in November, I wasn't working out and being that active. I noticed the impact it had on my mental health. I was actually like, you know, more like down and not like I didn't want it to interact with people, and my days felt longer. Also in November here, well, you know, like it's the time like time changes and stuff, you know, like, and the days become shorter. So it was a really difficult month, and I realized that if I don't move and if I'm not active like that, I don't like there's a direct impact on my mental health that I can definitely say. Also, a little something that I do, I blast music in my car and I sing. Honestly, that feels amazing. And I listen to a bunch of podcasts, so it makes me feel like I'm actually meeting new people, you know.
You better be listening to us. I mean,
Yeah, I'm listening to y'all, don't worry about that. So I'm like sometimes so you know, so like sometimes like either it's you or another podcast, I'm like, oh my God, yeah, I agree with you. And I'm having like a conversation with y'all, but y'all don't know because I'm not there, you know? And I'm like, actually, that is actually really interesting. And then I press like pause and I'm in traffic and I'm like, yeah, I never thought of this. And then I'm talking to myself and I must look like crazy to people, but that's what I do. I do that. And it keeps me sane.
You know, it sounds crazy. The funny part, because I remember this meme like that I saw like early on when I had started podcasting. It was like it was like a person sitting outside of a photo of three friends.
Yes. I'm sorry. I know that meme.
Yeah, and it was
that's
like
me.
that's what podcasting is.
That's me. That's literally me with like every single podcast that I listen to. I'm always like, oh, I agree with this. Oh, I never saw this like that. I feel like like podcasts keep you like, like up to date. They actually educate you, like depending on what you listen to. But I feel like it's very like it's a really nice source for new knowledge. So
Yeah, especially to get like fresh perspectives from like people who are maybe not around you all the time.
Exactly. And I feel like there's also, I'm going to say it, a little bit more diversity. So I feel like, I can actually relate to the people that do those podcasts, because like no shade to Montreal. Montreal is great, but like most of the media is colorless. I'm going to say it's,
I mean, go ahead, girl. We not.
it's a little bit white, but so listening to podcasts from like Latinx creators from the States, and like let's say you guys and like other like great podcasters from Montreal that have like amazing platforms, I feel like like it allows me to discover, and it allows people to realize stuff and get educated on stuff as well. So yeah, that's what I do. Sorry, that was a long answer. So
No,
that's what
I mean, I love it. I love it.
No, you do you.
I'm curious because we're talking about how we cope with certain things. We're talking about we talked a little bit about diversity, and the two are funny to me because of this, panorama. I call it the panorama. That we're because of this, it has definitely made certain things stand out more. So we had the whole, battle for racial and social justice during the summer that was really like I feel like amplified as well because everybody was still we were sitting at home, we were able to consume a lot of information. And I believe that for me, in my opinion, I don't know for you, Clarence, but for me, the way the pandemic has made me, I react to things a little bit differently. I'm a little bit, I don't know if it's because I have more time. I'm just a little angrier. It makes me a little more hot. I'm a little more on edge.
it's normal that
And
you're more on edge. It's actually
yeah,
normal.
I'm more on edge, but like,
But that's how
the
it should
same
be.
thing with. I mean, yeah, the same thing. I don't know if you guys have heard about this Danny Lee situation.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like this thing, I heard about this and I was like, I feel like because of I don't have time for nonsense anymore. Like, I don't want, like,
I feel you on that.
like, I'm just like, yo, like, stop, shut up. And I'll just, let me just intro the story for the people. Like, Danny Lee or Lay, however you pronounce her name. I'm sorry. Actually, that was no shade. I just don't know if I'm pronouncing it right or wrong.
I used to say Daniela for the longest time. Like, I didn't know. Like, I was just like making her name Spanish, like, because I'm like, yeah,
Okay, see,
I'm
now
just
I don't feel
like
like
Daniela, but like, I'm pretty sure it's Daniele. I'm Outska. Anyways,
What-
I think it's
whatever.
family. But anyways, what's the story?
Yeah.
But but I'm sorry because I have to say this because it's spelled like slay. Okay. Anyways, anyways. No, I digress. But she had a song named Yellowbone. Yes, in this year, in this, and at our big age, she released a song called Yellowbone, and rightfully so, got a lot of backlash for this because it was just inappropriate and unnecessary. You know what I mean? And her apology is what got me because I don't know if you guys heard this apology. First of all,
that was not an apology. I don't know what that was.
Let's play it for the listeners.
What's going on with me right now? I think it's super important because I definitely feel super misunderstood, and my song "Yellow Bone" is what he wants. I think people twisted it into thinking like I'm trying to bash another woman, another skin tone. Like that was never my intention. I wasn't brought up like that. I never looked at my skin as a privilege. I never looked at me as I'm better than somebody because of my skin tone. Nah, like I see brown skinned women flaunt their skin all the time in music.
Oh
like,
boy.
why can't I talk about mine? If you look at me, I'm light skinned, I'm a yellow bone. In my opinion, that's just what I am. So it's like it wasn't something that I looked at so deeply, which I can see why people will take it deeply. So I understand, and I'm sorry that I wasn't sensitive to the topic when I wrote my comment. Like, why are you guys taking it so personal? Because it can be a personal thing to certain. Just wanted to address.
Yeah, she continues on for some more nonsense.
Oh, yeah, let's stop it because I'm gonna get, like you said, a little angry.
Everything is a little more intense these days. And I got so heated when I saw this. I was like, I just want to be like, I don't even know the girl. I just want to be like, bitch, if how. My thing is, I don't know how old she is. Maybe Clarence, can you Google that real quick for me?
Oh, I can Google it if you want. Like, I'm on it.
Anyone, I'd love to know how
I don't
old
need
this
to know her age, man. At the end of the day, whatever she said is full of crap. It's a bunch of nonsense, so who cares?
She's 26.
Oh no, excuse me. No. No. It's 26 years old. Girl, you know better. Like, that was... And she's talking as if, like, this is new information. Like, the apology was so half-assed. I cannot believe. Like, well, dark-skinned women talk about their skin. I thought I could do...
Yeah, and, like, honestly, her apology is not an apology, and that's one thing we have to be, like, aware of. I'm a brown Latinx, okay, for people at home who haven't seen me. So I'm a brown Latinx. I have Cuban background and I have Salvadoran background. And the thing is that, like, Latin America is racist, and the colorism in Latin America makes no sense. Like, the number of castes that the conquistadors made up to divide us and to classify us makes no sense. And the fact that she says, I was not aware of this, like, you are aware of this, like, you are Dominican, like I mean, how are you, like, how did you not think that this was gonna be offensive? Like, and
it's that she knew it was gonna be offensive and she didn't give a fuck. She didn't think that she thought that she could ride the wave of the backlash. She thought it wouldn't be that bad. I think a lot of people do stupid things thinking it wouldn't be that bad, and they're slapped in the face.
But she did it for the public at the end of the day because of the backlash. But at the end of the day, after she pressed stop, her life is back to he's back on regular schedule. She's back to her whole bullshit. So
exactly. So I don't think it was genuine. I don't think that she is any more aware of, like, she doesn't understand why it's a problem. It's like this other, like, what's her name? Reggaeton singer. What's her name? Karol G, when like this entire, like, when the like Black Lives Matter, like, movement, like caught up after George Floyd, like, she made a post, like, and she got a lot of backlash because she couldn't say that there was, like, racism in Colombia, and she was like, oh, but we're all the same. Yeah, of course you're gonna say we're all the same. You're a white Colombian who's making money, so of course you're gonna say that we're all the same. And that's the thing with like white Latinx, is that sometimes they do not own up to their own colorism or racism. And I'm actually gonna speak as a brown Latinx, like, I've faced, like, some stuff too, but, like, not as bad as, like, my Afro Latinx friends as well, So, and the only thing I can do is listen to what they have to say. So just listen when the skin tone is darker than you. Just listen to the struggle. Don't try to be like, oh yeah, but no, just listen. And that's it. That's all you have to do. Just listen.
Because she tried to justify. That's where she got it. Because you can't tell people why they're offended or not. Like, oh, well, what's the big deal? You know what I mean? The thing is, the epitome of you releasing that song is light skin privilege. Like,
exactly.
And I don't.
She was like. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm getting hyped up, man. Oh, no.
It's okay. I mean, like, I feel you. I was like, at the end of the day, you can say that, you can speak like that because you don't have my experience, and because you haven't, gone through what some of these darker skin tone women have gone through. The first step is acknowledging the privilege. Exactly. There was no acknowledgement in her apology anywhere.
Zero. And she's like, I never saw my skin as a privilege. That is a problem. The fact that you say that is a problem. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna stop because I'm getting angry. I don't like this.
Like, I can't. What is this? How old? Like,
We said 26, girl. 26.
I can't. And somebody cleared that. Like her team cleared that. That's
Yeah, and that was something like I don't remember her name, but like on Instagram I follow her, and she actually said it. She was like, what about the people who worked with her and didn't like made her accountable for that, you know?
absolutely.
So yeah, there's like an entire thing about like
Start holding teams accountable. It's very important to hold teams accountable and people who allow certain things to happen, because I don't know who she's signed to. I don't know if she's independent or not, but somebody allowed this. Somebody told her, yeah, that's a good idea. That's hot. And it was not, sis. Like, no. And your apology kind of made it worse. Some people need to just shut up.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
Listen. I mean, I could go on with this. I got hot a little bit, but it's okay. I'm back. We're back.
Yeah, I'm trying to like breathe. I'm like, okay, inhala, exhala. Don't get frustrated.
First of all, this is relax. First of all, Clarence, I think this is the second Spanish-speaking guest that we have had on the show in a row.
Really? In a row?
Am I not?
Deidre. Yeah, Deidre from Colombia.
Yeah, you know, Iris, yo estudio español, okay? So I'm gonna need you to, we gonna connect afterwards because I need to practice with somebody. And
okay.
I practiced with that dude in the DM last time.
No, I'm not practicing with the dude in the DM because dude in the DM.
I can help you practice with the dude in the DMs if you want.
Hey man, this is what I like.
Don't listen to Clarence.
Showing love, all right? That's beautiful.
No, listen, like I'm telling y'all, my parents are over it. Every time they call me, I answer in Spanish. They're over it. They're like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, somebody's gonna hear me speak this Spanish. Okay, I'll practice somewhere. But anyways, so I digress. I wanna first of all, I wanna thank you so much for coming on. And I want to thank you again for the work that you do, not only for coming on the show, but just for the work that you do, because I think it's very important work. I think the youth are in need of people who listen and of people who care about them, no matter what background they're from, to be honest with you, but definitely from like, definitely in situations that have been tougher in the pandemic than, maybe some other groups of people. So thank you for that. And I want you to like take this time and maybe let people know where they can find you and keep up with you.
But hold on, before that though, can you give to the listeners like one little thing that they can apply in their life during quarantine and all that, like, or anything like to help change our mind if we're going through some shit, or like we try,
Yeah, actually, one thing I haven't mentioned and that actually can help as well is to remember that there's no situation that is always gonna stay, because change is the only constant. And that is something I believe in, and it's something that I've been saying since I'm like 23, I think, or 22. Yeah, I'm old. And older. So I would say so whenever you feel like there is nothing that's going your way, like write down one little thing that happened to you that was nice, and if nothing nice happened to you, smile at the cashier when you go to the groceries, say hi to the bus driver, try to be
invited into your life, like be proactive.
Exactly. And I feel like this pandemic, like either we like it or not, it puts you against the wall to be the best version of who we can be. And I think that this pandemic is showing us the world we do not want to live in. So just try to make a little spark on someone's day. And if you can write something down that allows you to smile, it can be anything. It can be the fact that you like something you are grateful for, like, oh, wow, I'm breathing today and I was able to drink water. Like it can be the simplest thing, just that it makes things a little bit less heavier. Sorry. So, yeah.
All right.
Well, that's a wonderful note. That's a wonderful note to end on. I like that.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. This was really, really fun.
Hey, I mean, it was our pleasure, man. I had a great time, honestly. Let us know how we can keep up with you and follow you.
Y'all can follow me on Instagram if you want at I7Linares. That would be me. And I haven't been really active, honestly, with the pandemic, but you can follow me. I post stories about when I work out and mental health stuff. You can also follow the organization I work for, Fondation Jeune en Tête, at Jeune en Tête on Instagram. And we're also new on TikTok, so you can follow us if you want.
Beautiful. All of those links will be in the description of the episode, guys. So look out for that. And we will, check in with you another time. You're welcome here anytime, actually.
Thank you so much for having me. I had a blast. Thank you so much. Y'all are great.
Bye. Bye, love.
Bye.
Listen, yo. Y'all don't know the struggle we go through with the program that we used to record, but I'm tired. I'd be tired. Anyways,
One day we'll have a behind the scene episode.
Listen, first of all, some of the shit we be talking about off air is fucking hilarious, So, but if I wasn't exposing myself through some of those, I would post it. But y'all don't need to know all that.
Man, the world wants to know.
They don't need to know all that. But
all I gotta say, you had your Jada moment off air, but we'll never talk about it.
Yep, we good. Yeah. I don't even recall what he's talking about. So shout out to Iris, man. What a dope conversation we just had with her. Love her. She's welcome back anytime. Cause I mean, that's my good soul sister. Like, again, we gonna be speaking Spanish. Clarence is gonna be like, "Hey,
that's gonna be bullying with me." Vibing with me, man.
No, you already have that when we go on other shows, like Dope on the Table when you was hating on me. Honest Room, you ganged up on me.
That's not true. That's not true.
That's all right. Well, that's fine. We can
allegedly. Why you always making me look like I'm the bad guy? All right, listeners, man.
It's the bad guy.
Gotta have Chun-Li. Anyways, you already know, listeners.
Y'all. Anyways, we got a couple more topics to get into before we get out of here. We just have to talk about this fucking Verzuz, all right? I've been waiting almost a week to talk about this.
That was a ratchet Verzuz. That was a ghetto ratchet.
It was ghetto. I'm not gonna lie.
That shit was a ghetto early 2000 Verzuz. Like, literally, like it seemed like two girls.
No, you gotta start from the beginning, Clarence. You gotta start from the beginning. Let me tell you. I was Ashanti, always on time. You were not. Because I was on time and you weren't there. Now, granted,
Keyshia neither. Oh god damn.
Granted, you were more on time than Keyshia, but both of y'all was late. Okay, you were late as well. At the it started to feel like people were like, so did they forget? Like, did they cancel and forget to tell us? Like, I was like, yo, like, I'm really about to leave. I had other stuff to do. I was like, I don't really care that much about this Verzuz to be. Just as I was leaving, finally Ashanti came on, so I was like, okay, then Keyshia about to come on. She took another 30 minutes before she decided to grace us with her presence, and Keyshia walked in there with a full attitude, not a half attitude. She came in on 100, like as if we were making her wait. And I was like, sis, what is wrong? Like, she just fought with her man or something. Like, somebody told her wig was crooked. Like, something happened because she was just on 220. Okay, it was bad. And she sat down. Ashanti felt the energy. She was like, okay. And I was like, yo, let's get started. Let's start. I was like, sis, Keyshia. So they start. You know what I mean? The whole time, Ashanti, somebody said something funny on the internet. It's like, this was the great value. They said it was the great value, Brandy and Monica. And Ashanti was Brandy and Keyshia was Monica. What I will say, at least Brandy and Monica talk to each other, okay? Keyshia and Ashanti felt like these people have never had a full conversation. And they were trying to vibe off each other, but it really wasn't working. They fucked with each other's songs, kinda. It took a while for Keyshia to actually get into the vibe. Like, I don't even know if she ever really got into the vibe, if it just that she got drunk eventually. At some point, she just was drunk enough to not give a fuck about anything and started grinding and humping the chair. It was some of the ghetto shit I've ever seen.
I feel like, I don't know, like, I think if it would have happened the first time that it was supposed to happen, it would have been better.
Once it's
the fact that it got pushed back like two, three times already. It's like I feel like they lost interest. But man, it just feel like two girls during lunchtime, like like the two different cliques, but they
Yes,
have to be in the same room. They're like, whatever. Yeah, yeah, your shit dope, but I'm going
exactly.
nonetheless.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. And
I fuck
also
with
like,
yeah, I fuck with you. I fuck with your clothes. All right, cool.
but it was bullshit the whole time though. They're both bullshitting each other, but one is better at faking it than the other. And
I feel like
also,
Ashanti was better than Keyshia Cole.
of course, Ashanti actually kind of looked like she wanted to be there. Keisha just looked mad the whole time. I was like, who pissed her off? Like, and also I still want to know why she was an hour and a half late. Like, what the fuck? That was long. And then I think she apologized or something, but I didn't listen to the apology. But I was like, all right, sis, whatever. I was disappointed the fact that it was rescheduled all those times. As Clarence said, I think that hurt the momentum a lot going into it. It just took away from the excitement. Eventually, a lot of people had already done their Ashanti and Keyshia Cole verses. They already put the songs against each other like weeks before. It was just like whatever. So on the actual battle, what was weird to me was Keisha had a few fucking songs that was like I'd never heard this in my life, and I don't know why she put it like why she placed them that way. It was a weird like placement. And then Ashanti left a few off the table as well. It's a funny point. There's a turning point during the versus battle where Keisha really notices that she's losing, and she's like, "I'm glad we're not even keeping score, anyways." I was like, "Sis, I'm keeping score." Like,
Well,
I was keeping score.
how can I say that? I feel like that's by experience because I got sisters. The what?
I feel like I know what you're about to say.
No, no, no. Hold on. I know what you're thinking, but that's not even what I'm about to say. And they big fans of Keyshia Cole and Ashanti, and what I figured is that the way that they listen to Ashanti and Keyshia Cole, yes, they have the big singles, the big hits, but they like them for their deep cuts.
Well, yeah, that's most R&B fans though.
No, not really. It depends, but
Like people who know
people
like
like.
music and R&B, they like mostly they relate to the artist's deep cuts more than the singles.
It depends of who. I feel it depends of who the artist is, but like there's like the artists, but these two specific artists, I put them in the same vein. They
I don't.
they well, it depends what you. But
I felt like
what I mean is
they
like,
were
yo,
not equally matched. I feel like they're two very different artists. I found it weird from the jump, anyways.
nah, they're the same artists. Like the type of like you fuck me over type of relationship, toxic shit, trying to get over it. Like it's the same bullshit. The only reason you saying that Ashanti is not in the same vein is because she got the big hits. That's the only reason.
It's for what? Sorry.
It's because she got the bigger hits. That's the only reason I feel.
No, that's not even what I was gonna say. I feel
Yeah.
like Keisha is the better singer.
Oh, you're talking about
Keisha,
the skills wise, but I'm talking
yeah,
about
I
like
feel
the
like the
content
music
in
doesn't
general.
sound the same. Like Ashanti has bigger, more I guess more in the moment hits. Like she has these hits that like affected culture, but Keisha has a very strong and powerful voice, relatable voice. She's in more of in the style of Mary J. Blige, you know what I mean? And it would have been cool to see a older generation versus newer generation versus between the two of them. That I feel like that style match. Ashanti is like she's a cute pop. She's a pop girl. She had really
Nah,
nice R&B pop hits, and
it
they
just happened. She
define.
had the hits. I don't feel she's a pop or nah. I don't put it.
She's an R&B pop. Yes, that those are very like you put like mesmerize on, you put happy, that's R&B pop, sir.
I don't know, but that's me.
But
But I don't remember. Did she play that joint with Method Man and Paul Wall?
no, she didn't.
Yo, that track is fire. Yo,
Both of them there's a couple that they left off the table. Ashanti left more off the table.
yeah.
She could have really been mean. She could have. But the thing is, one thing with Keisha is that I noticed in this battle,
Mm.
every time like Ashanti had a good song, but like Keisha would play the song and it's just that voice would get you. It almost made you think like, wait, is this a better song? Or is it just because she's singing so well, or she has a way of grabbing your attention, you know, obviously like with big records like Love and huge records with Diddy and with Missy that are
Mm,
like that are standouts and that are easy wins for her in certain
mm,
rounds. But Ashanti just has like she just had the overall. She has that girl that, you know, men want to be with and women want to be like.
mm. Yeah,
So
I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. But I'm not gonna lie, man. To be honest, in my head, with the vision that I have for that battle, I had Keisha winning.
you what?
I had Keisha winning. To be honest, that's me personally.
I had Ashanti winning
Yeah,
by a
yeah,
margin,
yeah.
but
Because she have the bigger hits.
still winning.
Yeah, but
She
but anyways.
what the thing is, what is a versus? It really depends because I after that I went to rewatch versus two. It's like, are we judging versus by? It depends on the person you ask, right? Are we judging versus by the bigger hit or the better song? In the beginning, how I was doing it,
Mm,
I was judging it by better songs, but I realized everybody was going by bigger hit or like what was like more nostalgic to them, and I was like, oh
mm.
well, nobody's doing it how I'm
But a
doing
lot of
it.
people, that's how it is. But me personally, to be honest, it's like your choice for the round. Because some people they just come with a list, but some people they just reply with, "Okay, oh, this is where you're trying to go. All right, let me play that one." Me, I'm
Yes,
more
I like.
into
I was rewatching.
I'm more into that optic. Like I like to go round for round. Like okay, all right, that round. Oh, okay. Like
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes you
I,
can see the artists like they get caught off guard.
thinking.
They're like, "Oh, okay, you trying to play this? All right, let me play this shit."
Yeah, I watched. I was rewatching. I watched two back when they were still doing producers. I watched. Oh my god, what is the white man's name? And Manny Fresh,
No,
Scott
Scott
Storch.
Storch.
I watched
That
Scott
shit
Storch.
wasn't better at all, man.
No, I know. I rewatched Scott Storch and Manny Fresh, and I rewatched Babyface and Teddy Riley,
Mm,
and I noticed both of Scott Storch and Babyface would really think like they did have their list, but also they were also replying to what the other person played sometimes too. To be like,
yeah,
oh, okay, like you're going here. Here's what I'm replying with. That's what I miss about versus when people actually like
yeah.
thought about it like before you reply. Like, okay, yeah,
Even Snoop and DMX, there was some track. Even Snoop was like, "Oh shit!" Even DMX was like, "All right." Like, yo, you
exactly.
gotta get. That's how I feel verses should be. To be honest, I don't like when they just come with a list and all that. Like on some Rick Ross and 2 Chain, like it doesn't even match. Like Rick Ross was playing like some John Legend song. It's like yeah, but like
Hmm.
2 Chain is playing some stripper shit. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like
Agreed. Agreed.
yeah.
So we have to talk a little bit about something that was kind of sad, you know. Two things that were sad. First of all, it's the 1 year anniversary of Kobe Bryant and Gianna Bryant and all of the seven members, the other members of the plane
Yeah.
who helicopter, excuse me, who passed away last year, January 26th. It was it was a moment where I think the world stopped, you know. It was definitely an unbelievable moment for
Mhm.
me when I heard it because I think it was either Grammy weekend or Grammy day,
Mhm.
and you know a lot of the
What you was
celebrities
doing
were
at that
out.
time?
I was when I was going to Dollarama.
Sorry, I ain't trying to.
No, no, it was I was, and I was trying to remember why. I'm trying to remember why I was go. Oh, I know why I was going to Dollarama because I was gonna get snacks for the Grammys. 'Cause I was gonna have a couple friends. I was just gonna watch it, you know, because we ain't had nothing else to do. So we're gonna watch the Grammys, and I was like, oh, I need to get some snacks. So I go, you know, I want to get some little popcorn. Dollarama, for people who don't know, and we're in the States, it's like a dollar store here, Dollar Tree or whatever y'all have over there. Um, and I went to get some snacks. I went, you know, some candy and stuff to just watch the Grammys and laugh at people who didn't win and laugh at the performances or maybe enjoy the performances or whatever. And then as I was driving, I saw like a bunch of texts coming in, and then when I parked, I saw, you know, what it was about, but they were saying that it had been like since this morning or what, like since like because I went out, I think it was like in the late afternoon, and they were saying like, yeah, like at 11 a.m. this happened or something. I was like, whoa, where was I? How did I not know
Yeah.
this? It was sad, and
Yeah.
to hear just like everybody on, like Pilot included, everyone just died, and you can't. For me, it was like just imagining what those last moments would have been like, and at least being grateful that Kobe and Gianna were together, and it was tough. And I often think about Vanessa Bryant and the pain that must cause, especially also for um the eldest daughter. I forget her name. Must be very hard for her as well. I think the two youngest, they probably don't remember a lot. There might be some like little trauma there associated with it, but I feel like it would really hit the eldest daughter and Vanessa really hard, and
Mm,
it's a sudden loss like that. You pray for people like that because you
mm.
don't know if you can ever truly get over that.
Yeah, big facts.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. And the other thing is,
Where were you though? I wonder.
literally it happens. I was doing the Rhythm and Brunch event,
Okay.
and I remember DJ I Wonder and Element showed us the news. We didn't believe it until, well, the infamous TMZ,
Mhm.
and the whole vibe just shift, man. It's like, damn, everybody start talking about Kobe, man. Yeah, nah, man, Kobe is just like the influence of this guy. It's funny because when you think about it, you got some dudes from the 1950s, 1970s, like Bill Russell, still there. They
Mhm.
literally enjoyed their retirement and making move and everything. Kobe was just like at this stage, he was
He was just
starting.
gearing up. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of whack that it happened that early. And on top of that, they were saying that Gianna was like, Gigi was like his second
Protege.
coming,
Yeah.
like, but in a female version. And, like
Yeah.
you would see videos of them practice. Like he would go to the games with her, and it's just sad. And yo, this guy, man, like me, I'm about to be 30.
Mm.
Like I never got to witness Michael Jordan. Like my
You
brother
never
or
got
some
to what?
people, I never got to witness Michael Jordan playing. The
Mhm.
only Michael Jordan that I saw is like Michael Jordan Wizard. That was trash, Michael Jordan. But no, but it's facts. But like me, at least I was fortunate enough to witness the greatness of Kobe Bryant. Like for
Yeah.
me, like that's
He
the
was big for this generation. He
yeah, it
was.
was big. Yo, I'll forever remember. Sorry, like I'm talking some shit, like, but like, yo, I remember watching that game of 81 point. This dude was literally scoring all the buckets.
That's a moment in time, and that's when
Yeah.
I was really watching the NBA. It's just, yeah, and I hated Kobe for for a long time because, you know, I was a Celtics fan, so
All right, next topic.
it was hard for
Can't
me, and
believe I'm doing this podcast with a Celtic fan. Jesus Christ.
I was a Celtics fan. I know the truth. You know what I'm sorry, but after I really got to understand Kobe and his work ethic. I
Mm,
loved him, and I really got to enjoy his style of playing. And even though like we were on opposite sides of the fence, I respected him and I liked him. I can't say the same for Mr. LeBron James. I
man,
respect
you
him as a
hate him.
person. No, I still hate LeBron as a player just because
He's a,
that. Let me not get because listen, let me not get started on LeBron. But
I'm
I like
not
him as a person.
taking any. I'm not listening to any Boston Celtics fan.
Listen, see, but that's discrimination.
Sorry, my Boston
But the
listeners.
thing is, Kobe was an icon, and he was just
Mm,
settling into his icon status. And we were probably gonna get his like last dance, and his like 6-part documentaries, and
mm,
hearing him talk back on his career and stuff. And it's kind of sad that we won't get that, and it's especially sad for Gigi as well, 13
mm,
years old,
mm,
and as a mother and a wife to lose two at the same time,
mm,
the strength that Vanessa has, and the quality of the circle around her and her friends is very commendable. So
mm,
that has been good to see. I want to also shout out just mention the other victims of this crash.
mm,
Peyton Chester, 13 years old, Sarah Chester, 45, Elisa Altobelli, 14, Carrie Altobelli, 46, John Altobelli, 56, Christina Mauser, 38, and the helicopter's pilot, Air Zobayan 50. So rest in paradise to all of these people. And listen, we're gonna try and keep their memories alive yearly. I know that one of the things is that Vanessa didn't really want a lot of pictures and stuff for this first year anniversary. And well, she just didn't want to be tagged in them, and that's completely understandable. And I hope people were respecting that, because I really even tried not to share anything to my stories or anything, just like just out of respect of her wishes. Because I mean, she probably went the whole year seeing like 50 billion pictures of them. So
Mm.
yeah. So yeah, somebody else who passed away recently, a legend in broadcasting game, just what a man, an interviewer, and a cultural moment maker, Larry King,
Mm.
passed away the age of 87, I believe.
85, 87, something like that.
I'm gonna confirm that.
I think it's 85 or 87. You probably
87.
87.
He lived a long and very successful life. He was battling with some things for a number of years, but excuse me. One thing that we can say about Larry King is that he made cultural moments. Like his
Mm.
interviews are things that people refer to all the time. Go back to and they go back to it, and they look at it and they analyze, and he had that aura about him that just made people like take him seriously, and made people feel comfortable to talk about and really express themselves. He was the epitome of his genre. He was a top
Mm.
in his genre. So it's always a sad day to see somebody like that go, but his impact will always be felt. Now, you were telling me something earlier. What were you saying?
Me?
You were saying something about a comment that was made on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, no, apparently, nah, because before him and Pierce Morgan, they've been having issues, and on on the Breakfast Club, apparently he said something. I need to find out what he said because I don't remember exactly. But on the
Mm-hmm.
Breakfast Club, it was a debate where it was about if someone passed away, you should keep that same energy.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I I listen. I talked about this a little bit at one point in the episodes when I talked about Mariah tributing Whitney after her passing. And listen, I I get maybe like regretting certain things that you said, or maybe like, or maybe when the person passed, you realize it wasn't that serious, the beef y'all had, and maybe y'all were just more like frenemies. But at the end of the day, you don't have to be the one to do the tributes and to say all these nice things or whatever. Keep the same energy. You don't again, if the person passed away, I don't have to be explicitly mean. Like, let's say I hated that motherfucker and be like, yeah, man, I ain't saying no fucking rest in peace. Fuck that motherfucker for life. He ain't shit. Like, I'm not gonna say that, but I'm probably just gonna stay silent. Like,
Yo, hold up, hold up. He said Pierce Morgan said Larry King was a hero of mine until we fell out after I replaced him at CNN. And he said my show was like watching your mother-in-law go go over a cliff in your new Bentley.
wow.
But he was a brilliant broadcaster and masterful.
Pierce Morgan has
Yo,
been a fucking idiot though. He's always a fucking bold ass motherfucker.
he's married 8 times. So a mother-in-law expert. Uh, yo, I'm
Wow.
not gonna lie, that shit is funny. But but man, he kept that same energy though. But I feel it wasn't necessary for
That's
real.
shady for no reason. Like,
Yeah.
the man just listen.
That's my thing. Like, if someone passed away, because that's why I don't fuck with like that talking trash after someone passed away, or like when they doing these documentary on Michael Jackson after he passed away. Even though the person did something wrong or whatever, like yo, the person passed away, it's a wrap. Like, if you had some shit to do or some shit to say it when the person is alive. Like, there's no point of
Mhm.
like what the person can't reply. Person's in the hole.
No,
So
exactly. I think if you're gonna speak ill of the dead, that's one of the worst type of people to be because you're
mm,
talking on somebody who can't defend themselves. Just shut up at this point. It doesn't matter. It does
mm,
not matter.
mm,
You know what I mean? Yes, keep that same energy. Meaning, if you didn't like that motherfucker, don't be all up in the funeral. Like, oh my god, I'm so like I loved him. No, just shut up.
like you would be
Just stay in
surprised.
your.
There's a lot of this shit at funerals, like
I
yo,
know.
especially like
The
people
killer
dealing
be
with
showing up and
family.
crying.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, they start crying, making a scene, but yo, you just robbed that nigga money the other day.
Yeah,
Like that's how
yeah.
it is. Like there's a lot of these situations. But anyways, man.
Listen, I completely think that some people like to also kind of take advantage of certain people dying and like just
Mm,
like oh
mm.
like now I have a voice, now I can say something just to get attention on themselves. I would name somebody who did that recently, but I'm not gonna.
Oh, okay.
No, because they sometimes they be doing that. Like they'll have a whole paragraph trying to like extend an all like saying as if they're giving sympathy, but really the whole paragraph is about them. And
Mm,
if y'all be if y'all listen carefully, y'all know what I'm talking about because this was around when Mac Miller passed away. So y'all might understand who I'm talking about. But yeah,
no,
I'm just
there's
saying
a lot of them, man. I'm like when well, Mac, a lot of people actually, the most of the people that talk, it was genuine. Like for example, I like what Anderson Paak said. He was like, "Yo, man, for real, we, we've been knowing each other for years, but it was never about the music. We just having a good time. We only worked on one song the whole time." Like that's the type of shit that is genuine. I feel Mac, it was genuine. Nipsey, that's the guy that I feel a lot of people use them because
yo, people
like
were capping hard, man. Y'all,
yeah, it's like all
I
of a sudden,
just
yeah, I got a Nipsey verse. Like, yo, why is now you
I was
want to
like,
release
stop,
it? Like, come on,
stop it.
it's like that for a lot of artists too. So,
Stop it. Yo, oh, also, I want to say, because we mentioned Michael Jackson, if
mm,
y'all want a good, like, YouTube vid, like a good deep dive to listen to, if you guys, any of you are familiar with the Legends panel on YouTube, not sure if you guys are, but it's a funny, like, parody series where, like, I don't really know how many people. I think there's 3 or 4 voices, but they voice like these different
mm,
big legends in the game, and they make it kind of like a reality show, but using those legends' voices. So it's like Janet, Whitney, Michael, Aretha's in there, Madonna. It's just freaking funny.
mm,
Um, they recently did an episode though that was a little more serious, where they really kind of like dived into the allegations that the Leaving Neverland documentary and Oprah made on Michael Jackson. And that it's an hour long, but it's so good, guys, because I learned things that like I knew some of the stuff, but like the way that they explain it and they provide all the facts, I'm like, y'all, that Leaving Neverland was some bullshit. Y'all need to go
but it's
watch
been
that.
bullshit. Like just the fact that at first anyways, yo, these two guys, man. Anyways,
It
man.
was yo, Clarence, I'm telling you, it was I can't believe some of these parents out here. Yo, anyway, it's wild. It's wild. I'm just saying that. But I want to talk quickly. It's our last topic because I don't want to talk about that NFL guy cuz I don't want to. Maybe I'll talk about it next week. The last topic here, I recently saw so Floyd Mayweather was bald, right?
Mm,
Was he not?
well, I don't know. He's a bald-headed dude, though. In general,
Yeah, he was
what
bald.
back in
Yeah.
the days he used to have hair, but
Okay, so it seems like he has hair again. He's a new look here for 2021. The hairline's looking fresh, and it really brings me to my question is, what do we feel about men um wearing weaves or like getting those hair implants or whatever it is uh,
what
that you call it?
doing the surgery.
I don't know if it's surgery because I've seen some really like interesting things on like Twitter or Instagram where they show you how they kind of it put the hair on at first and then they cut it as if it's real hair, they just make it look all nice and stuff. His looks it looks so real. Did you see what I sent you?
Yeah, but
It looks really real.
But the thing I know for a fact, like Tyga and Tory Lanez, they getting injections.
LeBron.
No, actually, the funny thing is LeBron, peep that you can watch a video online. Yo,
Mm.
LeBron, I don't know, he got like a wig or something, I don't know. But in the game, I remember that game like yesterday. Anthony Davis was pointing LeBron. He was like, "Yo, your hairline," and LeBron went and fixed it. Trust me.
Really?
Yeah, but
Huh.
LeBron, we all know. But man, yo, I'm trying, yo, for real. If I'm losing hair, yo, I'm hitting up Tiger in his DM, whoever. If he's responding, yo, send me your surgeon, because like, yo,
Yo.
Tiger, his hairline was like going way back. Now look at him now. Even Tory Lanez, they getting
Hmm.
injections, so they taking like the blood from the parts of your head that the hair is growing properly, and then they inject it in the part that is
Okay, so it's like real.
losing
It's
hair.
just like hair
Yeah,
growth
yeah,
stimulant. It's like it just makes your hair grow.
yeah. They're taking hair, some of your hair cells and everything. So
Huh.
yeah,
Listen, science is really developed. I mean, I
I
think he
rather
looks
do
good. He's
that than
still
that LeBron shit with the wigs or whatever it is. I don't know, but hey,
right, but then what if you have no hair on your head and they have no hair follicles to do it? You know, they might need to do a little weave there.
nah,
I mean,
man,
listen, I'm not
I'm
mad
good.
at it.
Yo, there's nothing wrong coming home, man. Sometimes you just gotta come home. That's all good. Yo, you know Stephen A. Smith? I ain't trying to look like that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, see, my thing is, in my opinion, I know a lot of women are like, "Well, I don't want my guy to wear a weave or whatever." At the end of the day, I'm like, whatever makes you happy. Is that what I'm
Fuck
specifically
no, I'm
looking
not
for?
doing that.
I don't care. But like, if you listen, hey, Clarence, let's be a
Yo,
little nicer.
me?
You know,
It's a wrap, man. I'm
mais c'est
shooting
pas pour toi,
everything.
not you. You know, it's not you. But I wouldn't be if a guy does that. I'm not gonna talk shit about him. I know a lot of women laugh at him, at these guys or whatever, but I think it's a confidence thing. Just the same way as you, ladies, if you wear a weave or whatever you might do to your hair, maybe you get your nice little blowout, Dominican blowout one week. You know, you got your twist the next week. Whatever makes you feel pretty. Why can't
Yeah,
the
bro,
guys do
nah.
that?
Come home, man. Come home. That's it, man. Yeah, I
All
see the
right,
dude. They be
I
trying to
tried.
have beard and shit. Like, nah, bro. If you
Oh
can't have a
yeah, they
beard,
got the
like,
beard extensions.
yeah, like if you can't have one, like, just live with it. It's cool to have a mustache. It's cool to have a little goatee and all that. Like, but if you can't have the beard, like, yo, it's all good, man.
Hmm. All right.
Nah,
Well,
don't force it.
Okay, I kind of lied. There is one more thing I forgot about Trey Songz, but I'm not clear on what happened. Apparently, he refused to wear a mask while he was at the Kansas City Chiefs football game. I was actually unaware that football was still happening. With people
You're
in
really
the
living under a
stands.
wall.
No, I knew football was happening because we talked about the Super Bowl coming up. I just didn't know like there was people in the audience and stuff.
Yeah, depending on the city.
So, okay, so I mean, he got into a little scuffle with the police. Did he? Apparently, he choked an officer or something like that. But
I
I'm
don't know
like, they
about the
didn't.
story, to be honest, but hey, it's straight
Oh
song. There's a bunch of
no, he
shit
got
on
out.
that, and
He's
he'll
been
be out.
released. Details from their perspective by why he was arrested. The police allege that Trey's issue started because he refused to follow the football stadium COVID-19 protection protocol and wear a mask. But then that was debunked because there was a picture of him with the security and the police at the stadium wearing his mask. So I'm not I can't fully say I understand what's going on. I saw, not that I don't care about Trey songs or whatever, but I didn't really care about the story, to be honest with y'all. So I'm not gonna bullshit y'all and say that I know exactly what happened. All I know is he was arrested. He had resisted some kind of arrest with the police. It was a little difficult, but everybody was saying that he was in the right. So I know that there was no backlash against him. That's from what I saw. And then I saw that he was released. He was having a great day out in his out at his house. He posted a video saying, I'm life is good on his future shit, and that's basically all I saw about the story. So, you know, shout out to Trey Songz. I guess
Oh well,
police.
That's for
Police, mind your business. I mean,
sure.
we already know that the police be sumoon as fuck out here. Everywhere you go, they just in your face for no reason. Like get away from me. Where's your mask? How about that? Anyways,
Yeah, most of the time they don't. They after you. They don't even have their mask. But anyway, that's another topic.
that's a whole other topic. All right, guys. If you're still kind of like interested or have a lot of opinions on what we were just talking about, what you think about keeping that same energy when somebody dies, what y'all think about Danny Lay and her bullshit that she was spewing, I just want to hear your opinions. Hit us up on our email, breakdownslowdown@gmail.com. That's breakdown the number 2 lowdown@gmail.com. In the meantime, during the week, make sure you interact with us on social media. Follow us. We post a lot of stuff there, content that you can share and interact with and let people know that you listen to the show. We are at real_B2L on Twitter, at Breakdown to Lowdown on Instagram, and just search Breakdown to Lowdown on Facebook. All of those with the number 2 and not the word 2. Make sure you hit the playlists in our description. We got all the volumes are up to date. The playlists are pretty lit. I listen to them all the time when when I don't feel like putting on an album. And yeah, let's get into some final thoughts.
Oh man, my final thought this week. Oh, not to be honest, man. Yo, don't be too cool for school, man. Why?
Expand on that.
Yeah, nah, man, you never too cool for school. Don't be too cool for school. Nah, the why I'm saying that is because I feel like sometimes we human, it's all good, but sometimes when you're trying to help someone or giving tip for whatever it is or whatever, some people they feel some type of way. They feel that you're attacking them or whatever. But nah, man,
I get it.
I'm not there to be your enemy. I'm there to help you.
I get it.
If I was your enemy, then yo, I would fuck you over straight up. I wouldn't even think about helping you. So yeah.
Facts. Okay. Final thought, stop running. Okay. Pace yourself. But also stop trying to sabotage yourself because you think that either way it's not going to happen. So you do little things to kind of like make sure it doesn't happen. Stop doing that. That's called running from success. That's called running from your potential. Let's not do that. All right? That's my final thought. We'll see you guys next week.
All right. Peace.
Oh, and shout out to Iris once again. Make sure y'all follow her. Her links are in the description as well. No, because I forgot to tell them. The links are in the description if you want to follow her. Okay, now bye.
All right, strike 2. Peace.